Great match.
We go right to 197. Heavy favorite on paper is the top seed from North Carolina State, Trent Hidley. The 3 seed is Max Shaw. The 2 seed is Andy Smith, Virginia Tech. Smith and Shaw. Smith, a senior, Christiansburg, Virginia, right down the road from Blacksburg. It has produced a lot of good wrestling throughout the years. Smith, the most recent, 14-7 this year. 3-0 in the ACCs. He's won 3 matches in a row, and one of those wins was a 4-2 win against his opponent today, Max Shaw.
Keeping an eye on the types here. I know Shaw has a nice little slide by to his right side. It's like every time they tie up, he starts to maneuver his right hand, get in the position to hit it. Let's see if he can execute in this match. Beautiful job there by Shaw. And on that leg, sucking it up, cutting across. Way to keep the pressure. So right away, he's working that top position. He secured the wrist. Working that 2-on-1. If he can secure it to that far hip, he's in a good position. He's driving forward, keeping that weight.
Cole has been so impressed with the consistency that Shaw has showed throughout the course of this entire season. Felt he was in a really good spot physically and mentally to make a deep run today and then eventually in a couple of weeks in Kansas City. As the opening offense halfway through this first period. 2-time NCAA qualifier. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thomas Jefferson High School.
Shaw's doing a good job. He's on his toes, keeping that weight forward. Looks like he's maneuvering. He's got the cross wrist. He's turning the spiral. That's the key thing from that top position. See, again, he's breaking Smith down to his belly. You got to maintain that top pressure. A lot of wrestlers, what they want to focus on is trying to get the turn right away, but really you need to focus on the pressure, wearing down your opponent in that bottom position. The more you can keep that pressure and maintain it, the more they start to break down, the more frustrated they get. Then they'll open up for those opportunities to score from the top position, as long as you keep that pressure from top. That's what Shaw's doing right now. Keeping pressure, wearing Smith down, waiting for him to make a mistake, get that opening he wants. He worked the cross wrist again right there.
Smith finally able to get away. Not before Shaw nearly hits 2 minutes of riding time. And at 55 for Max Shaw in a 3-1 lead.
It's a good response there by Smith. He was getting rid pretty hard, but to be able to get that escape point at the end of the first keeps you in this match.
Shaw was an ACC runner-up in 2021. His father, Christian, wrestled at Clarion. Talked about very openly his relationship with his father. He was the guy that made wrestling so popular with Max, the hands-on driving force. There was a time growing up back in Pittsburgh, PA, where football was calling. He had a lot of offers to play college football, but in the end settled on North Carolina and the sport of wrestling. North Carolina latched on to him very late out of high school due to his football success. 4-1. Early stages, period 2, as we wind down this semifinal round of the ACCs alongside 3-time All-American national champion Anthony Robles. Sean Kinney, so great to have you with us. A fantastic ACC network crew here in Chapel Hill. Consolation semis, consolation finals, all coming up this afternoon. And then the 2 mats, we go down to 1 in the stage and the drama of the ACC Championships tonight on the ACC Network.
circling back to center, maintaining his position in these ties, but not really initiating too much, not trying to create too much offense, any takedown attempts. Kind of comfortable with this lead right now, but you see right there, dropping down. Bump shot, keep looking for that offense, right? So we know Smith is going to start opening up a little bit more. He's going to be more aggressive. That's a great opportunity for you to look for those counterattacks. But Smith has got to dial up that pressure now. Can't just hang in these ties. Find those angles.
Short time, 3 seconds, and a 4-1 lead. Shaw getting his offense in that first period. Not much in period 2. How about we bring in our 2-box view? Bonus coverage, Trent Hidley. He has been a bonus point machine this year. 19 bonus point wins in his perfect 22-0 mark. And it looks like he's on path, sniffing out more bonus points here in this semifinal, having his way with Max Stout. He's a tough customer, 9-1.
They just relentless with that pressure. We saw with his textbook underhook, working through it, the attack in the top position now. But always pressing forward. You see, again, immediately got his hands on his opponent. He's pressing forward. He's stalking, gaining ground. You don't allow your opponent any chance to breathe. Keep that pressure on them. You start to break them down. That's what Hidley's doing right now.
What's your initial thoughts after watching Hidley this year and his new weight bumping up at 97?
He looks great at this weight. He looks strong, he looks fast, explosive, and that's one thing, right? It's one thing to go up and weigh in for that weight class and you can fill it in, but it's a whole other thing. How do you carry that weight? Is it muscle? Does it affect your conditioning? Hidley, he looks like he's carrying it extremely well. Conditioning is not a factor, as we can see. He's maintaining a high pace throughout this season, and he's just looking strong. I think this is a great move for him, and he's dominating this weight class this far.
Trent on a quest for his 4th ACC championship. He would become the 6th Wolfpack wrestler to accomplish that feat. And one of the others who has done that is his older brother Hayden, who won 4 ACC titles in his time in Raleigh.
You see his movement on those replays, on those toes, circling, pressure, throwing that underhook by.
Now you look at the big picture, Anthony, at this weight at 197. Aaron Brooks, who has been Hidley's nemesis throughout the years, he is ranked #1. Then Trent, #2. Michael Beard, 3rd. Jackson Smith, who took a loss to Glazier of Iowa in the Big Ten yesterday, he's at #4. So Hidley right there among the best. Getting points in a flurry right now, 15-3. Meanwhile, Shaw and Smith tight to the vest. Low-scoring affair, 4-2. Again, all of Shaw's offense coming on that first period takedown. He has riding time locked as well, and Max Shaw coming off arguably his best regular season. How many times does that correlate to the postseason? Many a times, and this time it does for Shaw. He is into the finals, where he will try to figure out a way to slow down the freight train that's Trent Hidley.
That's going to be a code that's very hard to crack, but great execution here by Shaw. Scored early. Great strategy, stayed disciplined in his position, slowed that match down. It was his pace. See if he can do that in the finals.
Hidley. With the riding time mounting, he is in tech fall territory. Action goes out of bounds. It was a special moment to close out Friday night duels for Trent Hidley. Final time wrestling inside his beloved palace, Reynolds Coliseum. He picked up his 100th career victory. Talked about his ACC dominance, 3 consecutive ACC titles. Try to ride out Stout. Pick up the tech fall win and some valuable bonus points for NC State, and that's exactly what he is going to do. Time and time again, whether it's a bonus point quest, whether it's a win at nationals, in the moment when the spotlight is the brightest, Trent Hidley delivers.
Love watching Heidley wrestle. He's going out there to dominate, not just win, not just to compete, but going out there to dominate every single position, score points.